Your resume is your first impression when you apply for a job or internship, so you'll want to make the most of it. Not sure how? Let's walk you through it. Your resume is the lens through which the recruiter will evaluate your candidacy. Whether they are using an applicant tracking system or not, working from a sample of job postings with a specific role or function in mind can help you identify keywords to showcase your professional fit. The more you customize your resume, the better. Now, onto the format. Start with a one-page standard 8.5 by 11-inch Google or Word document. Name the file with your name and resume. Remember that recruiters can see the file name when you apply to positions online, so it's best to keep it professional. You'll want to select a simple font, like Times New Roman, Arial, or Calibri, in all black text. If you're targeting a creative industry, like marketing or media, you can play around with colors for your headers, but make sure it's not too light or bright so it's easy to read. Your page margin should be between 0.5 and 1 inch on each side, and your text should be no smaller than 10-point font. Line spacing should be standard, 1.15. First, create your header. Your name should be featured at the top, 14 to 16-point font and centered. On the line below, centered in 10 to 12-point font, include your contact information. This includes your email address, phone number, city and state, and LinkedIn profile, and can include your pronouns and other professional links, like your portfolio, website, and/or GitHub. Be sure to hyperlink any websites or emails so they are clickable on digital applications. If you're applying in the US, never include height and weight, race, color, gender identity, sexual orientation, national origin, disability, age, genetic information, or pregnancy on your resume. Unless you're a performer, you should leave your headshot off your resume. Next up are your different content sections. This text will be left aligned, like a regular text document, and can be separated by horizontal lines if you choose. Each section should have a header, typically 11 to 12-point font or bolded, which helps illustrate your experience and skill set. Typical headers are education, experience, or skills. Tailoring your sections to your specific industry will help your reader understand your value proposition and professional goals. The rest of your text will be in 10 to 11-point font, and any descriptions will be formatted as bullet points, but we'll talk more about that in just a minute. Your first section as a current student should be education, though this can move down on the page after you graduate and gain more experience as a professional. Include your degree type, like Bachelor of Arts or Master of Science, your program name, and your school, which would be Fordham University in this case. Include your expected graduation date, honors and awards, and up to 5 courses related to your area of interest that complement your application. For example, if you're a marketing major, you may want to include a writing course. This can be updated as you move and progress through your education. Next up is your experience section. This is where you can include details on jobs, internships, volunteering, leadership roles, club involvement, athletics, projects, and research. The experience section can also be broken down into more specialized categories, which is what we'll be doing here. We'll name our first section Relevant Experience, and our second section Additional Experience, though there are many other options depending on your interests and what you want to highlight. Let's get into listing your different experiences. Include the title you held, the dates you held that position, formatted by month and year, and the company you work for. It's common to put the title you held or the company name in bold. Underneath that information, you'll want to include 3 to 5 bullet points detailing your accomplishments, responsibilities, and skills used in the position. Your bullet point should always start with a strong action verb and include quantification whenever possible to provide context of the scale of what you worked on. Describe how you did the initial task by specifying programs used, steps taken, and how this work contributed to the overall mission of your team. It's recommended that you tailor your bullets to your audience and their goals. Take a close look at job descriptions, as they will have all the keywords that will indicate what to highlight. This last section is where you can list your skills, languages, certifications, professional organizations, and/or interests. It's a pretty flexible area, but be sure to label your section appropriately. For this resume, we'll be adding a skills, languages, and interests section. Include skills that are specific and relevant to the types of roles you're interested in, like a technique or computer program. This list should be separated by commas or semicolons. Your languages list should be formatted similarly to your skills and include your level of competency, like conversational, beginner, or fluent. Your interests will also follow the same formatting and can include professional and extracurricular interests, which can be things like photography, traveling, or music. There you have a resume full of content. Before you can say you're finally done, be sure to double-check your document. Make sure your formatting is consistent, including your margins, how you write out your dates, your spacing, your section headers, and how you list out your experiences. Spell check and ask a career counselor or friend to proofread. Now you should have a pretty strong understanding of how to format your resume. There will be variations from industry to industry and plenty of room to adjust as you grow throughout your career. If you want to learn more about resumes and see more samples, check out the description below for resource links and contact information. Remember, it is important to showcase who you are as a whole person. Working with a career counselor at the Fordham Career Center can help you further develop and elevate your content.